Hi, this is Zachary Ball with Omnis Technologies. Continuing with our CTERA series, we actually recently just got an email about one of our CTERA units has a degraded disk array. Now, generally this means that a hard drive has gone bad. That's pretty normal with these devices because after so many read and write, after 4 or 5 years of service, the drives do eventually start to go bad. That's why we obviously recommend using NAS drives and not regular hard drives. But the beauty is we always set these up with a RAID 1 configuration, so they will continue to run even in a degraded state. So first thing is first, we're in our CTERA portal. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our storage arrays. And then here you can see the status is degraded. But what we really want to dig into is we want to see which drive is actually giving us the error. So to do that, we're going to go to main and then dashboard. Now, if the device is in a degraded mode, it may be a little bit slower as far as navigating and backing up, but it still will run, obviously. So under the main dashboard, it'll actually tell us under hard disks, so SATA 1 is actually failed. Now, I know this same client, SATA 2 was replaced earlier in 2020, I want to say in February. So we put a new Western Digital drive in there. We always use the recommended drives that CTERA has. There's a list that we can provide with this video on what the recommended drives are. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and order a new drive, and we'll continue the video from there. Once we actually get the new drive, we can actually pop the old one out, put the new one in. We don't actually have to shut down the CTERA to do that, but we'll continue with that once we get the new drive in. Second part of our video in a hard drive replacement in a CTERA unit for the RAID 1 setup. Unfortunately, I don't have the CTERA here in front of me. It's actually at a remote location on site at a client. So the client did get the new hard drive in. Now, continuing from where we were at, you can see that the disk array is in a degraded form. To remove the bad disk, what you would do is you would go through the storage, click on the array, then you'd actually uncheck which one of these drives was bad, uncheck it, and then click through the wizard to remove it. Then you could actually take the old drive out, put the new drive in. But at this point, the new drive is actually in. So one of the quirks that I've learned about these CTERA units through trial and error is when you go to put a new drive in, even though it may have never been used fresh out of the package, you always have to format it before the CTERA device will recognize it and actually be able to add it back to the array. So to do that, you go to main menu, dashboard, and then in this particular case, it was the SATA 1 drive. You're going to click on the SATA 1 icon, and then you're going to go to format and erase all the data. Obviously, there's nothing on it. It's a brand new drive, so you're going to go ahead and hit yes. It's going to format it. Then hit close. We're going to go back to the storage arrays. Click this, and then we're going to go ahead and add the new drive next. Now, this should all be grayed out because it was already pre-chosen from the array setup from before. So we're going to go ahead and RAID 1, leave the name, finish. Then it's obviously going to synchronize those two drives. Now, depending upon how much data you have, it could take 24 hours. This particular client had somewhere in the range of like 3.5 terabytes on those drives. So it's going to probably take better part of, 19, 20 hours to complete. But that concludes this video on how to swap out a bad hard drive in a RAID 1 configuration on a CTERA C200. Thanks.